Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Go ahead. Who's waiting for you? Can...
Can't wait.
Vai, prova, giù gettone. Okay guys, let's start. First, thank you for coming this evening, okay? I'm Alberto Bonassi, and I support and sponsor the record of my friend David. We come from the same city, so I was engaged. I would say, no, don't do it, but he said, no, I want. So it was my friend, so I had to help him. I didn't believe him, but I said, okay, let's help him. By the way, so I represent BONASSI. BONASSI is an Italian company that manufactures diving gear, especially for rentals, so for Caribbean and South America. Now we just opened in the United States. And so, as BONASSI is a brand that manufactures diving gear, my friend David asked me about, hey, you want to help me to do something different, something that will push my limit. And as I strongly believe that we always have to push a little bit more our limits. So in the safe zone, with safely first, but we have to push a little bit the limits every time, every day. When it comes to me with this wonderful idea, I say, yes, we will do it, okay? So David made the longest solo cave dive swim alone into a cave. And so now we have watched the little video that we shot, so it tells the story about this record. And then we have a talk with David. You can ask questions, we explain a little bit what is a cenotes, so we will also make a little introduction about the Mexican caves, okay? So, guys, enjoy the video, and then we will talk with Mr. David. Bye. Go ahead.
Sorry guys, I'm trying to put full screen without the play button underneath. Which I didn't manage to do.
Let's say basically my dream has always been in the water, see animals.
As you can see, I'm not a technician. Number 6, alright. Exit. And this system sound speaker. You might not believe it, but I tried yesterday on purpose to have it working today, and it comes out. You want to call the guy outside if you can help me out with this? Because yesterday it was working perfectly.
Yeah.
This is on. This is also on. No, but it comes out from the left and not from here. Yeah, of course, let's follow. Alright, so this is plugged in, and here is on speakers. And volume is here. Sure. Now we should play a little music and you know. No, if you put it on projector, should not work, because that's why we put this one. Now we just need to play the meme that says, "We will be right back." All right. Yeah, please. Okay. In the meantime, let's see if I can make it work.
Let's say basically my dream has always been in the water.
Coming from the projector, right?
Just
Coming from the...
exploring in general.
I see.
To work as hard as is necessary.
Sì. Ma anche lì era prima.
It's still coming up a laptop.
Sì, I don't manage to get it out from the... I mean, yesterday was working.
You mind if I look at them?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Sure. All right, so what are we on here? Okay, so can you, here we go.
Let's say basically my dream has always been in the water, seeing animals, seeing
Fai
plants.
il progetto coming out.
Yeah, because I didn't want to say HD. What we wanted to do is,
You have to work as hard as
we wanted to do, phone. We want phone, but not Bluetooth. I don't understand that. Okay. Somebody turn that down.
Better than nothing.
I'm guessing y'all turned it way up.
I put the volume down here, eh?
All right. There we go.
Every day when you wake up, remember that whatever makes you happy, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to make sense for anyone.
Alberto,
It doesn't have to make
the
sense.
lights.
Just have to like it.
No.
But you see, I know where the volume is. I've been here before, it's true. I understand.
It just wasn't making good connection. That's all.
Now, ready? I'm so excited. I never saw it before. All right.
Let's say basically my dream has always been in the water, seeing animals, seeing place, and just exploring in general. You have to work as hard as is necessary. If you want to do it, you have to put yourself in the condition to do it. If you want to achieve a goal, the most important thing is you have to decide with your heart why you want to do something. You have to plan with your brain how to do it, and then you have to act with your balls. Every day when you wake up, remember that whatever makes you happy, it doesn't make sense, it doesn't have to make sense for anyone, it doesn't have to make sense for you. Just have to like it and go for it. BONASSI starts approx around 2017 from a big dream, a family dream, driven by passion. Now we are here because we are trying to push David Marchetti to break the limit and to pass the limit and do one big challenge for him. The longest cave dive solo swim. He will do everything alone. He will dive alone, and that's a big achievement for me and for the company. It's kind of a mini rehearsal today, okay? Because I do have to place my tanks today, but it's a mini rehearsal of also what you have to do. Because seems to me really close the day when I met Davide in 2007. I remember that afternoon was a quiet afternoon in Turin, Italy. I was working in the family shop, and I remember that afternoon when Davide just came to the shop. His funny attitude, he was asking me about diving courses. He was advanced. Some years ago, he told me, Alberto, I will do a record. I will do a world record one day. Say, hey Davide, come on, ma che dici? I told him. And at the end, 1 year ago, he came back to me and said, I have great things on my end. I want to push my limit. I think that I can do alone, solo, the longest scale dive in Tirana.
This is the plan for the dive, okay? And this is the plan for the record. Today, I'm going to place 3 tanks from the entrance to the first intersection where I have to jump. I'm gonna place 3 cylinders full, and I'm gonna stay there for a couple of days, basically. Now, on the day of the record, I'm gonna get in the water always from here, and I'm gonna have 6 tanks with me. So for the first part, up to here, I'm just gonna switch the tanks that I use with the full ones that are already underwater. There are gonna be 2 teams of divers with me. The teams of the videographer, who is Joram, and they're gonna have DPVs together with Emilio. You're gonna follow me and do your stuff, and then you're gonna go out. At the same time, they're gonna follow me, Erik and Martin, my assist team. They're gonna be swimming, and they're gonna carry extra tanks in case the ones that left for a few days underwater, they might have failed for whatever reason. I can get tanks from them. So I'm not gonna have to change the plan, basically. So more or less in this area, the videographer team is gonna come out, my assist team is gonna come out, and I'm gonna be alone. I'm gonna do this jump, I'm gonna do this thing. So basically I'm gonna go up all the way on the X line, okay? I'm gonna jump again on the new portion of the X line. From this jump to the current line, I'm gonna have to pass through a restriction with probably 2 tanks on and 2 tanks in the front. Now here, I'm gonna meet the team from Pet Cemetery, okay? So 2 divers with me, they're gonna have stages. And they're gonna follow me all the way on the Diaz line, and then we're gonna jump on the Blue Abyss. This, when I reach here, is over 4 kilometers. Okay, it's more than 4 kilometers. Probably here is like 5 kilometers, and I make 4. So I go out, they follow me. So the team is still with me. Once we arrive back to the Pet Cemetery, they go out, and I'm trying to go back from the X line. Around here, I'm gonna meet the team judge, who is gonna be Alberto and Max, okay, with DPVs. All the way here, they're gonna meet me here, okay, and they're gonna follow me out.
Para él el buceo es una misión. Para él el buceo no es ir a... Claro que lo disfruta, tiene seguramente una parte que disfruta mucho lo que está haciendo, pero para él el buceo siempre ha sido un trabajo, una forma de vida, y desde que se metió al 100% en el buceo técnico, para él el buceo es una misión.
If I am too late here, Mauro, if I'm late here, you can start to go down here. There was the regional emergency plan because your research area would be this part because it's where they left me. So basically just the inside. Yeah. Mi serve una pizza e una chiave al buco per acquistarlo. Lo faccio qua.
Tu finisci di fare.
No, tanto questa è la prima che mi non mette la seconda.
Dobbiamo prendere.
Quando piglio due box che nella mia macchina, io so tutto quello che c'ho lì dentro, ci metto anche secondo per farlo. Perché li ho fatti tutti super sensibili.
Diciamo tutti gli errori che hanno comunque iniziano a passare il piccolino sono già.
C'è di nuovo che fanno. Tanto ormai vado.
No, non c'è più, vai.
Ok, Giulia.
Vai.
I'm going.
Alla grande.
Believe me that when you understand what you are doing, that you are diving into a cave, when you discover the real darkness. Darkness means nothing about life. Darkness. You lose the perception of gap and up, down, right, left. You don't know nothing. You have only to focus on your skill, and the biggest challenge is your head. Your head starts going everywhere. In the case is pushing my limits. It's a challenge, it's an inner challenge. I would say that this is the best way.
Sì, todo qualche errore, c'è todo. Se non hai llegado hasta el otro lado. Lo has regresado donde está la restricción.
Where did you guys hold up? Where did you guys start?
In this spot, we put the jump.
Yeah.
Then we went to the restriction here, in front of the jump. We stayed there, we stood there like 40 minutes to wait. Nothing was happening.
No,
Ok, io l'ho mettuto là, giusto in caso.
no debería.
Però non lo vedevo. Saremo che non sta
worries me the most about diving is my ability to handle a situation. So I am worried that I might accidentally push myself over my limits, but very important, this is just something that stays on the back of my mind, like my subconscious, okay? Because you don't go underwater, you don't do any activity thinking, vabbè, let's see. No,
there is a stupid amount of training that you need to do to reach a certain place. So once you are in that place, deep in a cave, deep underwater, or you could be up even with free climbing, whatever it is. Once you're there, you know exactly what you're doing, you know what your limits are. So it's an irrational fear. From a rational point of view, you know exactly how you're going to react to any sort of problems you might have, and you have kind of an idea how to handle a possible emergency that is out of the ordinary based on the skills you already have. So this is being able to adapt to a new situation. This constant training, this constant challenging yourself is the best way you can improve. Sure, you improve your self-esteem, definitely, but you also get very, very good at handling stress, which basically is performance anxiety, because at the end of the day, the only constant underwater is your ass. It's you. You are there. So you have to solve the problems that basically you create yourself. Once you recognize that you put yourself in a situation because you wanted to do it, and then you're going to find a way to solve it according to the decisions you already took before you go in the water.
Alright, so guys, David Marchetti, come on. 10 hour, 20 minutes, no, 20 minutes, 10 hour, 20 minutes. So David, let's show us the presentation you prepared for us, and then we can ask you maybe some questions about the little things that happen during the time that probably everybody has some questions. Okay? Ciao.
Well, guys, thank you for being here and for waiting for me to make everything work. All right. So today, I don't wanna just talk about myself, okay? Even yes, of course, I did this, but anyway, I hope I can give you something valuable. I share with you something about my experience training for this project. And if maybe even just one of you finds something interesting, another perspective to approach a situation, and so something valuable, I'm already very, very happy about that, okay? So I'll do my best to give you something interesting, all right? So the first question I have for you, and you can raise your hand, is, do you know what a cenote is? All right, so, okay. Some other people doesn't. Now, very well. So, a cenote, well, of course, as you saw, we are in Mexico, okay, in the Riviera Maya. And a cenote basically is just a sinkhole. It's a freshwater sinkhole, like there are in Florida, Dominican Republic, Bahamas, almost everywhere in the world, actually. The one in Mexico called cenote is because it was an ancient Mayan word, zonot, that has been translated in Spanish into cenote. It's just a sinkhole, okay? The name zonot is basically the Mayan name to define the access to the Xibalba, so the underground, the lands of the gods, okay? Again, guys, I'm not an archaeologist or anything, okay? I'm just diving, so that's just to give a little bit of context.
Now, the cenotes are places where we can go diving depending on our training. Depending on the limits of our training, we can penetrate more or less. That's why here I'm writing what is a cave. Because I did a record in a cave, I'm teaching cave diving, and it's very different from what a cave is, which as a recreational divers you can visit a cave, but you cannot yet visit a cave unless you continue with your training. Now, basically, this is a cave, okay? This is a very famous cenote near Tulum, and as you can see, the divers are swimming within the limits of the natural light, even though they are overhead, okay? So they cannot go straight up, but the natural light is right there, okay? And this actually is very beautiful. It's also a shallow one. And here next, this is the pit, because it's a pit, alright? It's a deep cenote. And still, you see a very big open water area on the top. Honestly, this is one of my favorite dive sites in the world, not just among the cenotes of the caves, right? Next, okay, this is a cave. This is a cave. So there is no natural light. You have to bring your own. A bunch of them, actually. Here we have really a lot of lights, actually. And you can also go into tight spaces in caves. So not just big spaces, giant rooms, but also smaller ones, all right? By the way, all these pictures I'm going to tell you later about the photographer, of course, because he's a good friend of mine. And this is it. Now, just to give a little bit of context, okay? What is a cenote, the difference between cover diving and cave diving, okay? So, that said, we can start with we can continue with the next part, okay? Where I can tell you a little bit about what I learned preparing for this project. Well, just to get started, I am IMTD technical cave instructor and technical side mount instructor. My dive shop online is called Ghost Divers, and I'm based in Playa del Carmen, where I teach. I also guide in cenotes, and this is where I train and basically learn all what I know about cave diving. Now, before to arrive to this point, what I did before was just, what I did before training for this event, okay? So I was just training for multi-stage diving, just for fun, during my time off. And let's see if I can put play with this one. All right. I was just swimming by myself, alone, with no friends, just me a bunch of times, and did a lot of horrible equipment configurations until I found the ones that work the best. And now, while doing my experiments, what I found out was about this gentleman, 𝐍𝐞𝐰, which has been a great inspiration for a bunch of people, including me, even if he passed away before I could see anything live from all the things he did, okay? He was the pioneer of cave diving. He wrote the Blueprint to Survival for the National Society of Speleology, and he did, guys, this guy in '89, doing one of his exploration dives, he happened to break a record for the longest dive swimming, and it was in Florida, right? It's way more difficult than in Mexico. It's deep. I think it was like 120 feet, about 40 meters of deep of depth, where he did this incredible penetration, and it happened to be a record for the longest distance swimming. But there is really high flow, decompression obligation, so it's a very tough environment, all right? And I was just inspired by what he did. I was inspired by that, and then I thought, all right, I like this kind of things. I can do something like this. Now we get to this, all right? I don't try to be better of anyone. I just try to be better of I just try to better myself. All right, this is what I also encourage my students to do. I choose a place with the best condition possible to swim as far as I can with the maximum number of times that I consider reasonable to carry. And I realized that actually it was going to be a considerable distance. I said, all right, let's do it. If I know a bunch of divers in the Riviera Maya where I live who could do what I did, I know divers who did very similar things. I'm sure that if Axel would be here today, he could do this blindfolded, all right? And I just like to do it. That's why I did it. That's what I also said before in the video. And then thanks to Alberto, Andrea, Bonassi, my friends, they told me, you know what, we can sponsor, we can actually make a thing. And I said, yeah, sure, of course, because after all, guys, this is the profession I decide to do. And if I can get students because I'm motivated by what to do, fantastic, all right? If another person decides, you know, Davide, screw that, I'm gonna do more than what you did, awesome. I achieved my goal, fantastic. Somebody's gonna do more than what I did, awesome. That's what I want. I wish that maybe somebody's gonna do records about other stuff, all right? I mean, all the stuff I always speak about, technical and capability. So that's how everything started. And the stuff that I learned, very, very important, which of course I don't expect that you don't know all these things. This is just my approach to it, of course. The main thing, the most important one, is that you cannot do anything by yourself. Because if I didn't have my friends, Alberto, Andrea, who helped me with this project, as well as all my support divers, all right? This guy is Erik, he's an ex-Marines. We go K-diving together. He helped me a lot with my training dives that I did in this same cave system, 𝐍𝐞𝐰 𝐎𝐫𝐥𝐞𝐚𝐧𝐬. Actually, the cave system is 𝐍𝐞𝐰, the biggest of the world. 𝐍𝐞𝐰 is part of it, okay? He's helping me with, he helped me a lot with my training dives. Giulia, his wife, is the one who was coordinating the operation out of the water. Wendy is part of the Bonassi family. Mauro is one of my guides, he's also Italian, he works for me guiding in cenotes. This guy is me with a bit more hair around. And this guy, Alberto, he is my instructor trainer, my IMTD instructor trainer, who was also the judge, responsible of the validation of the distance that I did. And, sorry, pass to this side. Alessandro Reato he was my cave instructor. He's a cartographer, great explorer down in Mexico, and he's the one who gave us all the data about the cave system to actually validate the distance. Max is a good friend of us. He's another technical cave instructor. Emilio is another cave diver, cave instructor. He's also working for me as a guide. He's part of my team. And Jose is also part of the Bonassi family. There's a little bit of everybody here, but I just want to quickly tell you that without these people, I wouldn't be here. I would just be by myself. I did this dive before, just me, by myself. Who knows, it me and the frogs in the water know that I did it. Thanks to these guys, now I'm here talking to you, which is freaking awesome, guys. And just very quickly, because, well, I already told you about Alberto, who was helping me to decide which standards to follow, how many teams of support divers would be necessary to have to actually complete the dive within reasonable safety parameters. And these are our extremely advanced measuring techniques that we use to measure the record. Just a tape. We didn't do really that, we actually used cartography data. And this is one of the maps that Alessandro Reato makes. Yeah, this has got a merit award from the NSS in 2021. Alessandro is a great cartographer. I didn't choose these people just because they are my friends. They're really the best at what they do, and especially because they are my friends, they don't let me get away with anything. You know, cheating or stuff like this. Absolutely not. And of course, Joran Mennes, the last person I want to mention in particular, he's the videographer who shot the underwater part. He shot the pictures for my website. We worked together. Apparently, he asked me to have me as model. I still don't understand why, but anyway. And this is, by the way, this picture is the entrance of 𝐍𝐞𝐰, the famous Heaven's Gate. Also in these pictures, this is his job. This is also some of my other YouTube videos we shoot in this scenario with 120,000 lumens of light. It's incredible what he has and the things we can do together. Okay, this picture, by the way, this is the Blue Abyss. Is also part of the dive that I did. I just, of course, didn't go deep down because I was doing distance, so it was just 6 meters of depth. But this is going almost to 100 meters. Is one of the deepest caves in the area, and he took these pictures as well. Okay, anyway, this is his job. Fantastic photographer. I want to give the credit to the people who allow me to be here, more than just talking, you know, I was with me for that long. Okay? Now, this is also a very important thing that I learned. What makes you happy? Do it. Nothing else matters. Because nobody can tell you what is right or wrong to do for you. Well, of course, don't do drugs, yeah? Because they're expensive. Nothing else matters. You have one life, whatever you're gonna, guys, so, maybe it sounds a little bit silly, but I just, you know, anyway, my logo, you saw, is a skull, it's like a memento mori. So anyway, what I want to say is, whatever you're going to do in life, you're not going to get out alive out of it. So you can also take some risk and do what you like. That's what I mean. And only you can decide what you like. But I don't want to repeat too much what you really saw in the video. So this is something that I learned in these years. And especially, choose who you pay attention to. There is a lot of people, you know, why don't you go back to your country and you find a normal job? Screw you. Why are you not at home with your family? It's Sunday. Well, I'm going to be home with my family tomorrow. Who asked you? You know, just pay attention to the people who bring a constructive criticism. Not just to tell you, you're the best. You don't just need to listen to people tell you, you're the best. No, it's too easy. Listen to the people. Davide, you are doing a bullshit because of this and this and that. Okay, that's somebody I can pay attention to. He's telling me I'm doing some crap in a constructive way. Even funny, whatever it is, but constructive. That's the kind of people you can listen to. There is a friend of mine, we are the opposite. I always listen to him because whatever I say, he has a different opinion. And 70% of the time, well, okay, 50, let's say, he's right. So I listen to him, even if I don't agree with him many times. Stress is not your enemy. Guys, well, we could do a presentation just about that, to be honest. But what I want to say is this. It applies underwater, out of the water, and I'm sure you have your understanding of this concept as I have mine. But what I want to say is this. When I'm doing something underwater, yes, or something critical, you know, like we're doing like a compression dives, diving with sharks, or negotiating a restriction, removing my hands, or going to the hospital to see which the family member who is probably going to die or whatever it is, you know, because stuff like this happen. Stress is not your enemy means that this is what I think when I'm diving, okay? And this is what I'm teaching to my kids as well. We are normal people with normal reaction to normal problems. And when we have an extraordinary problem, we have an extraordinary reaction, and it's normal. The worst stressor, this is also what I teach to my students to avoid performance anxiety. I used to do it in open water courses, now it's cave diving, but whatever, it's the same stuff. The worst stressor is your perception of your stress. I'm getting stressed, and you stress even more. Now chill, yes. Don't be stressed. When people tell you don't be stressed, yes, be stressed. You have all the reasons to be stressed, just be it. You are mad, be mad. Even Gandhi said, if you got to be mad, no? And being stressed is the same story. Being stressed. Stress keeps you alive, you know, it's all the neuroendocrine reaction, you know, cortisol and adrenaline. You need it. Not forever, it becomes chronic, but, you know, just don't push it down. You need it. It's not your enemy. It can be your best friend if you embrace it, if you understand it. Then, yes. And this is very good when students have task load, you know, for example. Keep experimenting, you will make new discoveries. Now, in which field you want to make new discoveries, experiments, is up to you. I'm speaking about diving now, right? And by this I mean, I go diving, as I said before, many times I go diving with the wrong equipment, with the wrong configuration. I already know that I'm going to spend half of the day doing something that I'm never going to do again, but I am learning why it doesn't work. It's not every day I do that, but, you know, just to give an extreme example, you know, I know why something doesn't work, not because I read it in a book. I read in a book, this works, this doesn't. Okay, today I try the thing that works, tomorrow I try the one that doesn't work. I spent years doing this, I love it, and sometimes you go diving with the objective to learn something, and then you end up learning something else that you didn't expect. But it's important to go diving, it's important for me, then if it is important for you it's another story, but what I want to say is, it's important to go diving with an objective. The objective could be, I want to have fun and do nothing, fantastic, but at least you're focused on that. Or the objective can be, I want to go diving to try equipment or procedures in a place where probably I don't die if I mess it up. I think it's very, very important. We are going from emotional to more practical stuff now, no? And my students can benefit from what I learn. What I mean by this? I mean that what I realize is that many of the things that apply for me, for my equipment, for propulsion, body posture, whatever it is, I can also use them during my courses. That's why, when I say I want to share something of value with you, is that if you go diving, doing experiments on yourself, like you're a lab rat, you make a lot of experience compared to just using your students as lab rats. You know what I mean? It's not that you put them in a bath of acid and see what happens. I just speak about when you try to configure the equipment for your students. If you have your equipment and it's perfect for you, and that's it. You have your Simon, your background, it's perfect for you, done. No! Prepare 3-4 different setups and try them for the next 6 months, 2 years, once in a while when you have a day off. And you learn a lot about your equipment. And then you can use it for your students, for example. So, if you do experiments, it's helpful also for them. And for example, speaking about experiments and stuff that you need to know, I realized how having a general knowledge of anatomy, muscle, joints, it helps a lot to configure equipment and improve the body posture also for your students, because many people approaching technical cave diving, they are not 20 years old, and so contractures to the lower back, upper back, whatever it is. Even my friend Erik, the Marine, he's all broken, and he's like only 3 years older than me because he's done like 7 deployments. So, hey Erik, can you swim like this? No, this is broken. Can you swim like this? No, this is broken. Hey, okay, so now we find something that works for you, you know? So, but you need to know something about this. Not just physiology, but specifically muscle and joints. That's very interesting, and I found it very helpful. So, maybe you already know it, I don't know. Gas is no more your only limit. Obviously, if I want to make a record, it's also how many lights I need, and maybe I need to drink, and also what can apply to the students, also relative to the anatomy part I said before. If you do very long dives, maybe your body is the limit. Like you can dive with back pain for 1 hour. After 3 hours, becomes unbearable. You can discover that you have cramps to the pectorals. I never had cramps to the pectorals before. I had cramps to my shins. I never had cramps to my tibialis muscle. I didn't know how they were called. Now I know it, and also know how it hurts when it hurts. And yeah, so you figure out that there are other limiting factors, not just how far can I go with my gas or how much are going to be my deck obligation because of the gas that I'm using. And because to learn all this stuff, basically, and diving to achieve something like I decided to do, basically I also had to learn how to sleep, what to drink, what to eat, how to train in the gym, specifically for diving without getting hurt. It becomes a lifestyle. And when your family see you focused on something, they say, wow, he's not just talking crap, he's doing it. And maybe your family is going to start to do it with you. Or you're going to be a model for them. I don't think my kids are necessarily going to die with me, but they are working out with me. Well, I mean, you know, I just pretend to work out with them because I cannot make them bench press. They are 5 years old. But I bought them the pink weights because, you know, they're happy to do that, you know. And so you can inspire even people that has nothing to do about diving. But it doesn't become lifestyle from one day to the other because it will be incredibly overwhelming. So, it's true that you can achieve whatever you want, one day at a time. I didn't wake up one day and I became, you know, okay, I know how many proteins I need to eat, how many calories, how much I have to sleep, how much, Imagine if I have to tell my students, okay, to become a tech guy, you need to do this, wait. I just came here to learn how to use Simon. Maybe in 10 years, he will decide, okay, I mean, he will decide that maybe it's going to take him 5-6 years before he actually become a lifestyle. And it's a healthy lifestyle. Guys, I quit alcohol, quit smoking to be a better tech diver. Fantastic. I'm happy about that. I also know other people who did it, who have been inspired from because they did the same. So, speaking about getting ready one step at a time, the last thing that I want to share with you, which is also something I told my kids when we do math together, the homeworks, is we always think that something complex is difficult, overwhelming, learning too many things at the same time, or doing something very complicated. Complex is difficult, simple is easy. Yes, but can we make complex easy? Complex is a matter of fact. It's composed by many steps, where simple is composed by less steps. It's a fact, it's not an opinion. Difficult, easy, it is an opinion. Yeah? Complex, simple is a fact. Difficult, easy is an opinion. So, chill, stop, think, act. Probably heard that before. Breathe, maybe, so you don't die. And break it down in single steps. When I'm doing a restriction or whatever else you can picture you do that is complex, I know what is 2 miles in front of me. I know all the dive line. I know where I have to go. But now I just have to put this hand here. That's what matters now. And then this. Is it difficult to understand what to put one hand? No, it's not. So I break it down. That's also how you can develop lifelong habits, one thing at a time. I need to go to the gym every day. No. Go to the gym one day. Go to the gym one day. To the gym or whatever, running. Let's move the blood, once. And the next day, today I'm tired. Okay, just do it for 10 minutes instead of 20, or whatever it is. So this becomes something complex can become easy if we break it down and we do one step at a time and we think about it and we enjoy every moment. Especially we try to enjoy being ourselves. I am done telling you a bunch of stuff. I hope you found it interesting. We still have a few minutes. If you want to ask some questions, we'll have some minutes open. I don't expect you to flood me with questions, but if you want, we have some time now. And thank you again for your time, guys. All right.
Any questions here about the record? No question.
No, you can. No, sir. Yeah. What's up?
Did you have any unexpected complications throughout your diet? Malfunctions, failures?
Yes, a bunch. Because plan is everything and plan is nothing. If you make a plan and you make it work 50%, it was already a good plan. So I had a bunch of problems, situations to be handled. No? Maybe you don't see it as a problem. Yes, I was late. The biggest challenge for me was not just the swim, because I already did it before by myself. It was meeting all the teams at the checkpoints so they can feel that I actually went there. So I was late because I tried to check 3 times if a restriction instead of 2. I would should have just let it out. Later, I lost my weight note because whatever, I don't know, I was already 7 hours into the dive. So I had to recalculate my gas, go back into the cave half an hour to find the weight note between this intersection and the last intersection. It must be here. And so, yes, I was late. And there was another problem. I'm not really proud about it, but if you want to tell you about it. Alright, it's nasty. You want to know it?
Nice.
Super gross. Alright, so I have camelbacks to drink, yeah? Now, you know what you mess up? The thing you didn't try enough. What you're not expert enough, or the last minute change, you're gonna F that up. Alright? So, I usually drink water with electrolytes. But because I wanted to be brilliant, because I tried to eat and it didn't really work for me to eat underwater, I didn't like to eat underwater, sorry. To have some more energy, let's put some green juice, which basically is like nopal and orange juice and celery, super healthy, some extra calories. Nope, it's freaking acid. If drinking 3 liters of super acid stuff while you're swimming, yeah, you're really, so you have to push down and keep going. complain later about it and be silly in front of people. So yeah, that are the things that didn't work, but at the end we made them work.
How many liters did you drink?
Well, out of 3 liters, I managed to drink just 1. I brought 3, I drink 1, then I was start to throwing up and I had to stop. I lost 2 kilos during the dive, also because I couldn't drink as much as I wanted to. Big mistake on my side, so if you plan something, do it, don't change it last minute. Don't change it last minute, that's what I would say is my best recommendation.
At the end, how many meters did you dive?
How many meters distance? 8,592, which is 28,000 and something feet.
Maximum depth?
12 meters, 36 feet. It's very shallow. Because
Would you do it again?
would I do it again? If they sponsor me again, like maybe I want to do other stuff. I want to do other kind of divings because, to be honest, that for me the challenge are restrictions and multi-stage long dive. So I wouldn't break my own record again. No, I would not. No, I'm fine. If somebody else does it, I'm super happy. Super happy if somebody else does it. I don't know, maybe in some... Honestly, I was thinking to maybe a couple of silly ones, just for fun, because after all, we're doing it for fun. And then in a few years, when I'm ready for something a bit more deeper and complex, maybe doing something else. But you know, I don't want to put too much meat on the fire. I don't want to, you know, create expectations that, I don't know, I'm not ready yet for another record going deeper or stuff like this. I'm not ready for that yet. I would like to do something like this, but let's see, little by little.
How old are you?
I'm sorry?
How old are you?
19, of course. I mean, twice, plus, more. I'm 40 now.
40, okay.
Yes. And often going to be 40 plus. I'm going to be 40 forever. Salina.
How did you mentally prepare yourself for just you and your own thoughts for 10 hours?
He thought he had 10 hours away from his kids. So
Yeah, that's what I did. I just said, how can I get rid of my fire? How can I hide from my home duties? I just go diving for 10 hours. My own thoughts. Look, okay, I know what to answer. When I go diving, I was speaking about doctors, surgeons, about the same topic. When I am diving, when I'm operating, I'm not saying I'm like a doctor, I'm just saying there is a commonality in the mindset when you have to be very focused on what you do, and especially if I'm even by myself, if I have students and others, not just by myself, but anyway, that's the thing. I am there, I don't have a name, I don't have a future, I don't have a past, I don't have friends, I don't have a family, I don't have anything else to do rather than the next swim kick, the next jump, the next thing. And this is just me by myself. When I have to help a student or a diver who's panicking in a cave, or panicking, people think they're panicking when they're just stressed many times. Oh, I was panicking. No, bro, you're not panicking. We're just, that's not panicking. Yeah? Taking the regulator off and in the ceiling, that's panicking, which I saw it only once. There is even more important because it's not about you. If you let your emotions and the human factor kick in, you're gonna mess it up because you focus on, this should not happen. Yeah, it's happening now. Deal with it, cry later. I saw doctors, the surgeons who were operating my partner, she almost died giving birth to the second kids. They talk to you, they operate like robots. They go and they cry for days. When the kids die, or if my girlfriend is dying, or whatever it is, they cry after. So, because we are human, we are normal people, like I said before about stress, I start to think, I shouldn't be here, I shouldn't be here with a head like this into a hole, I should be home on the couch, drinking a beer, watching TV. No, you're here, you put yourself here, so deal with it. You didn't you like to do that, so do it. Even if you don't want to do it, you have no choice, so do this or do this. You either do it or you do it. So that's what I do. I just, by the way, this is not, I teach to my students the same stuff, you know, just not, I didn't come up with it, I learned it. That's, I think, is how I can answer your question.
And Yeah. Hear a little story, then I think that maybe if you don't have other
Question, maybe we can finish it. But our instructor, Alessandro Reato, because I'm also a heavy diver, not as a diver, but our instructor once told us it's more dangerous driving the car than what I'm doing. And he said, what? You are diving alone in caves for hours, and there is no way out. Alone, everything can happen. No, Alberto, believe me, it's more dangerous for me driving a car. There are many things that I cannot control. But when I'm into the cave, I control everything. Everything is scheduled and organized, and that's something that I plan. Davide, this morning, told me, Alberto, do you know what happened to me? The day of the record? I was driving on a bridge in Mexico to go and to do the record, and I found a car in a truck that was going in the opposite sense. So it's incredible. It's true. In this case, it was more dangerous driving than doing that dive. No? And I think that is something that everybody should consider. Cave diving, what Davide is doing is really extreme, but cave diving is really something that can push your way to dive at another level. I started diving when I was 4 years old. 4 years old, I made my first dive. When I was 4. My father was diving in 1960, and when I was 4, we had the first dive center in Italy. It was Padi, store number 101. So when I was 4, my father took me and I tried to dive at 4 meters. And when I was 8, I dived at 25, 30 meters. By the way, should not happen, but happened. But that doesn't matter. We are another generation. By the way, when I made the cave diving course, I discovered another level of diving. So it's really fantastic. And you are talking to your mind and to you when you are into those caves. I discovered what's black, darkness is incredible. So I think it's something that you should try. And Davide is a really good instructor, okay? And we have also our friend Vicky that has a dive center in Tulum that organizes tours. So guys, try it and visit Mexico and visit us. And BONASSI here for your dive center, obviously. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, but I think you're insane.
I have your kids, it's even more insane in the long term. Thank you for coming, guys. I'm very happy.